It's like he found like a 100% off coupon on driving school, and he laid it down. But it's kind of stupid to me because like I still had to learn to drive eventually. So that'd be like, I don't know, that'd be like if you were like, I'm gonna save a bunch of money on food, I'm gonna starve. That's not gonna go great. Yeah, so my dad figured out he could do two things there. He figured out he could, one, save a ton of money, and two, just teach me himself. And then my dad did an awesome job at saving himself money. And then he forgot to teach me how to drive. There's a driver like me on the road somewhere. Yeah, so when I went to go take my driving test, I still hadn't learned how to drive. And I got in, and I'm sure you're all wondering, like, how did you pass the test if you didn't know how to drive? Like, it's a test, that's how it works. And the answer is that your guess is as good as mine. I don't remember it at all. Like, I think I blacked out. like in that moment, I was like possessed by like the spirit of Carrie Underwood, and like Jesus took the wheel for a minute and just guided me, and I woke up and it's like, you passed, and I'm like, great, awesome. Just handing out licenses, and so for a while I was driving with this license, thinking, oh, I'm a licensed driver, I should be able to drive, but I was so scared. And finally something though happened so that I didn't have to be scared anymore. It was awesome. I finally got into a car accident. It just happened. Yeah. And when I got into the car accident, I hit the car in front of me. It was my fault, which is not a surprise based on what I've told you. And the airbag like hit me in the face, and I started to go unconscious. And there was a moment where I remember thinking that my dad can't get mad at me if I die. If I just die real fast, then there's no consequences. I can do that. This is fine. And spoiler alert, I lived. So that didn't work out the way I thought it might. I kind of don't think my dad would have been any less mad if I would have died. Like, I think that if I would have died, he would have been like, damn it, clumsy ass. You know how much coffins cost? A ton. You know, a real good way to save money on coffins, Dad, is to just teach your son how to drive. It's like one of those situations where you can like spend the money now, or you can spend it later, but on a coffin. You know, that classic situation. You guys know pizza? Yeah, thought you might. You guys like pizza. You guys, like, there's all these pizza commercials. You guys know Little Caesars. What's he say? Pizza. Sweet. Got some crowd work going. I'm nailing it. You guys know the Noid? Remember him? Domino's guy? It's like a cartoon character that just grunts. He just makes noises. He doesn't like talk really, I don't think. But like, I think they're just trying way too hard to advertise pizza. Do you know how you should advertise pizza? You should be like, hey, Tubby, remember pizza? And I'd be like, yeah, I remember pizza. They'd be like, well, come get some. They'd be like, you could pretend I forgot about pizza. I didn't forget about pizza. Never forget about pizza. So there's this one Domino's commercial that really confuses me because it's like, it starts with like an old person. They're like, I remember I opened my first Domino's chain in the 1960s, and this person's very old for being alive in the 1960s. But and we had to sell the farm, and we had to sell the car, and the kids didn't go to school to work there, but it was our nest egg, and it was wonderful. And then there's like a cartoon record scratch noise, and then like an extreme home makeover bus comes in, and they're gonna be like, we're gonna tear it down. And they like move the old lady out and just start like hammering away at the stores, and they're like, we got new stores at Domino's. Like, who needs those old stores? And then like the old lady's like, but I had a franchise, and they like hit her with a sledgehammer, and they're like, die, old person, and then they replace her with like a kid that's like kick flipping, like, eat pizza. I may have remembered part of that commercial wrong. Definitely part of it. My grandfather, my grandfather, he got into boxing recently because he decided to pick up this hobby at a point where like he could die doing it. You know, that was the logical choice. And so he's a boxing pawpaw, is what I like to say. The pawpaw that boxes. And I asked him, why do you want to do that? Why would you want to start boxing so late in life? Why would you make that decision? And he said, you know, Jeffrey, he's a real serious guy. Like my dad, they're both serious. I don't know what happened to me. He's like, you know, Jeffrey, I want people to look at me and I want them to think, no, I don't want to mess with that guy. That guy looks tough. That guy looks like he could hold his own in a fight. I don't want to mess with that guy. And I kind of got that a little bit. I was like, yeah, I want people to look at me and say, I don't want to mess with that guy. Not one bit, no. That guy looks like he's having a great day. I would hate to ruin that. Oh boy. That guy looks like if a hug just became a person and he's just walking around having the best time of his life. Hey, is it that guy's birthday? If not, he lives every day like it's his birthday. He just seizing the day. I don't want to mess with that guy. And my papa punched me in the face. That almost happened. I was in Rome with my papa, and in Rome there's a lot of, it's like real touristy. It's not like you might think, but there were just people like throwing like jewelry at you. They're like, hey, you want a free wristband? And you'd be like, yeah, sure. And they'll throw it at you, and you're like, it's free. And then they're like, no, pay me. And they're like, I don't think that's how free works. Okay. And so my papa got real sick of them, and so we got separated for a while, and I saw him in a crowd, and I was like, I'm gonna go mess with him. And like, to my girlfriend, not to strangers in Rome. And so I went up, and I was like, sir, please buy my bracelet. Like, sir, please buy my bracelet. And I was doing a really bad accent that I don't want to do right now. And I like was hitting him in the back of the shoulder with like my hand, and he like turned around to hit me. And that would have been a really good story if my papa had knocked me out. They would have had to explain that. When I was on that trip in Italy, I was in Venice. You guys know about Venice? Yeah, I know about Venice because I'm fancy. That's me throwing my scarf around my shoulder. So fancy. And I don't know if you guys know, Venice is all waterways. There's no streets. So it's like if you want to get anywhere, you got to get in a boat, which is so inconvenient. And it's like that old saying, like all roads lead to Rome, but like all toilets lead to Venice instead. And when I was in Venice, I dropped the ball for the human race. Like I kind of got a fool made out of me by a seagull, because they have seagulls there. They're anywhere like tourists are, right? And we had sandwiches, right? And my girlfriend and I were hurrying to catch a water taxi, and a seagull came and stole my girlfriend's sandwich, because sandwiches are like the #1 prey of seagulls. It's like their main food group. And so I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen to my sandwich, no way, no how. And so I like tucked mine down into my jacket and like started sprinting, and I'm like in like a holy sight. So like, that was probably not very respectful of me. And so we're running for my sandwich's life, and one of these pterodactyls lands on me and just starts ripping at where my sandwich is, and it gets it, which I think is actually good because that's also where my heart is. Like, if it had not got my sandwich, I might not have been here. But then if I die, I don't have to go through TSA on the way back, so that's a plus. Yeah, so it gets my sandwich, and like it kicks off of me, like to add insult to injury, and I just like fall back, and there's like a holy sight, it's real quiet, and I'm like, damn it, it's Seagull! And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I took my sandwich. Like, go back to praising St. Mark, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I kind of made it my life's goal to end all seagulls on sight. So like if I see a seagull, like I have to kill that seagull. It's like my duty to the human race. And I haven't done that yet. But I think that's because they know that I'm coming for them. Like, word gets around in the seagull community, they're like, don't mess with that guy. Yeah, you guys know Fiji water? Know about it? Yeah, you guys know pizza, Fiji, Venice, sorta. You guys are nailing it. So I feel like Fiji's okay, but like also I've never seen a square cup holder. So like, kind of mixed on it. And like I feel like I know what they were doing. They're like, here at Fiji we do things a little bit differently. You know that old cylinder water bottle? Throw it in the trash. Here's a rectangular prism. But like they didn't do any like research, like because the hands don't exactly do this, you know. Something else really stupid about Fiji to me is that their slogan is water that's never been touched by man, which is my standard for all water. like if I asked my friend for a glass of water and he was like, yeah man. Here you go. That wouldn't be my friend anymore. Our friendship is over. And what's happening at other water bottle plants that they get to claim that this water's never been touched by man? Like what's happening at Aquafina? You know? They're like, bring your kid to work day! And they like take the kids and they're like, what do we do with them? Well, we got a whole vat of water. It's basically a pool. And they just let them go play. And then they're kids, they're gonna pee in the water, you know. But I imagine they filter all that out. You know, all the water filters this way, and then all like the sediment and piss goes this way, and they bottle that into Mountain Dew. Awesome. My name's Jeffrey Anderson. Thank you. Thank you. That is the end of the Station Light Show. Thank you so much for staying. It means a lot. I'm a big Fall Out Boy fan, so it's great.